Alright, what's going on, guys? Here we are again, live. It's been a while since my last video, I know. But I wanted to make a quick video. I've been just so busy and I just haven't had time to sit down and make these videos for you guys like I used to, trying to run a business here, you know. But yeah, right now, I'm working on this 2000, I think it's a 2002 Honda Odyssey. And I'm doing a transmission swap in it. See, we had to take the subframe out of it and everything and drop transmission out. This one right here is the old one. I don't know if this video is flipped on your end. If it is, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I'm doing this. I'm just making a quick little video here to explain to you the things you need to be careful of if you're buying one of these transmissions used. Now, this customer, they wanted to buy their transmission used from a junkyard, which is totally fine. Something like this, you're not going to buy new 9 times out of 10 unless you have a good amount of money to spend on it, more than the car is worth probably. So you're probably going to get one from a junkyard if you're replacing a transmission in a car like this. These Honda Odysseys, Acura TLs, and Honda Accords are really known, especially with the V6s, are really known for transmission problems. So if you have one of these cars and you plan on keeping it, you're bound to put a transmission in it at some point. And so I just think that I should tell you guys what I know to look for on these transmissions and the mistake that my customer made when picking out his transmission without my help. So let's get right into it here. So as you can see, this is the new transmission and this is the old transmission. Now this transmission just was slipping really, really bad. Like I couldn't even drive it up into my shop. I had to push it in here because it was slipping so bad. It would move under its own power, but not very well. And so the things that you need to look for on these things is, now I have the wiring all off of this so you can really see what we're looking at here. But what you need to look for is a couple of different components. These solenoids here, and there's one on the side which I had to swap over to this one. And any plugs on them specifically. The plugs are what always get damaged when these junkyards take out the transmissions. So what you want to do is, number one, you need to find a car that is wrecked. You want the car to have driven to the scene of the accident, because every car, it has a reason why it's in the junkyard. It has a bad motor, it has a bad transmission, or it's wrecked. That's why it's there, especially these older cars. I mean, talking about 2002, 2003, that range, they're going to have something wrong with them. So if it doesn't look like something's wrong with the car, stay away from an engine or transmission out of it. Now, the car that they got this transmission from was wrecked really hard in the front, so they tell me. I haven't seen the car. I wasn't there. But yeah, it was wrecked really, really hard in the front. So the first problem that it had when I started getting ready to move everything over was this solenoid, which sits on the front here. As you can see, the plug on it was broken off. This plug here is broken off, and I haven't swapped that out yet. And this plug here is broken off. Now, here's the problem, right? If your transmission has issues, it has a whole host of issues. There might be multiple problems with your transmission, and the junkyard's going to be tempted to tell you, oh, well, just take the stuff off of your transmission and swap it onto our transmission and put it in the car, which would be fine. But the problem is like these solenoids, as you can see, they have fluid passages through them. And if your transmission has like foreign debris and everything going through it, like metal shards or burnt fluid and everything, do you really want this solenoid on your transmission? Yeah, like you probably can get away with it. That's what I was going to do with this transmission, is just chance it, rather than trying to deal with the rigmarole of trying to get another transmission. But then I started trying to swap over these other two things. Now these are the high and low speed sensors, and as you can see, these these speed sensors are snapped right off. And when I went to swap them out, when I went to pull them out, this thing they're just falling apart when I'm trying to take them out. And I am almost certain that when I try to do it with these other ones, that the same thing's going to happen. Because if you look at the part online, or I actually went to my supplier and talked to him about it to get a price on these. The sensor itself, believe it or not, is pretty long, right? Both of these sensors are identical. They're just in different parts of the transmission, and the TCM's looking for a different signal from them. But they're pretty long, and they sit pretty far down. They're plastic, and they're in an aluminum transmission case. So, obviously, they don't come out too easy, especially after years and years and years. You can bet yourself, if you try to take one of these out, it's going to come out in pieces. Something's going to break on it. The tab's going to break. If you put pliers on it, I mean, it's just thin plastic. So I know I'm not going to be able to swap these over. I'll try, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to succeed. So I went just today to see about just getting new sensors and throwing them in this transmission for my customer. The sensors cost, brand new, the sensors cost $85 each. That's each sensor. So on this transmission alone, so they've already paid whatever, $300-400 to get the transmission with a warranty, and then now they would have to pay another, if I let them take those parts at my cost, because this is my cost being a shop, having a commercial account, it's $85 each. So, we're talking another $170 on top of the $400 they paid for the transmission, and then the other $500 or $600 they're going to end up paying me for my labor to install the transmission. That's ridiculous. That's not a situation you want to find yourself in. I didn't go and buy this transmission for this customer. They probably would have been better off if I had, because I obviously have a lot more leverage with the salvage yard than just a regular off the street customer. And it's not a salvage yard I've ever worked with before. I tried calling this salvage yard for the customer because I obviously, they're not going to put another $170 worth of parts and whatever onto this transmission that they just bought. They're going to want to exchange it. So I called the salvage yard to try and expedite it so I can get this thing put back together and out of my work area so I can move on to other jobs. And, I know that the junkyard takes whatever time they're going to take to take out another transmission for this customer, and I'm certainly not doing it. So, I try to get them to do it, and this place told me that they were not going to just clean swap over, right? Which they should, right? They sold this transmission with a paid extended warranty on it. The customer wants to exchange the transmission, and they want to charge the customer another $65. That's totally ridiculous to me. So they'll exchange the transmission, but they want to charge the customer again for labor. Totally, totally ridiculous. I've worked at a salvage yard before. I've worked at a junkyard before. This is not a common labor practice there, especially if the customer paid you for an extra warranty. I haven't even put this transmission in yet, and it's looking like it's going to cost them $170 for the transmission they sold them. And if you look at this thing up close, guys. Look at the color on the case. See how it has this spotting and this discoloration on the case of it, and everything looks rusted. It's like this thing was parked in a lake. Whereas, look, this is the one that came out of it that's no good. And look at the difference. Look at how much. This looks like something that has a chance to work. This looks like something somebody dragged out of the bottom of, a pond. I mean, really, because it's aluminum, so it's not going to get this rust color. This is corroded. This is all from water. So this probably sat in the scrapyard for a long time before they bought it. So, yeah.
Hey, Kyle.
What's up, buddy?
Question.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did you go? Oh my God! Look at that gopher.
What?
Big one. right there.
I don't see it.
Yeah, he just scurried under the fence. Did you get a chance to work up a price for me?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna do it yourself.
Yeah, because by the time I was figuring, by the time I buy the battery that I need,
Well, you already have a battery.
it is not charged. It's not taking a charge.
The new battery that you just got?
No, the battery for the
Oh, for the
yeah,
impact.
because I just tried to get under there and
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah, I'll run inside and do that. And do you have a card I can call you and give you the price?
Yeah, well, I don't have one on me.
Okay.
Put my number in your phone.
I'm on YouTube right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, see, you're famous.
What's up? That's the best guy right there. Get him to do all your work.
Yeah, I can get you a price for it. Are you gonna be around for a little while?
Yeah. How long you thinking?
Just a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Like give me like a half hour tops, okay? And I'll come back with a price.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
You good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm just kind of, anxious to get it done because I don't want it to
Right.
spill into another day tomorrow.
I mean, it's going to at this point. What time is it now? It's like 5 o'clock, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, let me see, 4:20. So yeah, it's. I mean, there's just no way. Like, I mean, I'll start on it a little bit today, but I'll probably end up finishing it sometime tomorrow because it's gonna get dark soon. Well, I mean, it's not gonna get dark super soon, but
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, because you never know what's gonna come up too. I might find out that there's something else wrong too, like a bad wire in there or something. I might have to mess around with that. So starting this late, I hate to tell you that it's gonna be done tonight. You know what I mean? If I'd started in the morning, I'd say, yeah, hell yeah, it'd be done today. But yeah, I'll get you a price in the next few minutes.
I just don't know what to do. Should I not buy the battery or go? Because the battery is $70 by itself.
It's up to you, man. I mean, I would buy it if you already own the tool. Why have all those useless tools?
Right, because I'm not anticipating using
Or-
it
or-
at this moment.
Or just do it by hand. I mean,
Shit, look at
come on, you gotta buck up, buddy.
Hey, I need these pretty hands, man. They
Gotta impress the girls at Kickback Jacks, man.
I'll tell you what, I'm probably because I looked online. If I order to start, it's like $85. But if I go to AutoZone, it's $160.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick around for half an hour. I'll go get something to eat or something.
All right, man. You good?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta survive, right?
Right.
Survivor.
Hey, and if you order it online, the problem with it is it's gonna take days to get it. You might be able to get it cheaper online, but you don't even want to wait until the end of the day.
There's always something, man.
I'll find out.
All right.
Yeah, see? Customers coming out of the woodwork, man.
What do you do, tutorials or something?
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. Just search the name that's on the card I gave you.
You gotta be a YouTube celebrity?
That's right. I already am, man. But yeah. Anyways, you guys got to meet one of my customers coming out of the blue. Anyway, yeah. So as I was saying, when you get one wrecked, preferably wrecked in the back. I want every time you get an engine or transmission, you want that thing to drive all the way to the scene of the accident, preferably in reverse. But anyway, they're going to end up exchanging this and just biting the bullet and paying the $65 because that's all they can do, as opposed to paying $170 for those stupid little sensors. And if you're in the same situation, keep an eye on that. Don't take the transmission if you see the plugs on those solenoids and sensors are broken. And yeah, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been so long, and sorry we got a little interrupted by a customer, but kind of the nature of doing business. That's why I haven't been making a whole ton of videos. But yeah, I'll catch you guys all in the next one.